Alright, hey guys, it's the disc golf guy here again at the Canyon, Brooksville, Florida. About to head to the back nine. Sit down and enjoy.
Well, thank you for the introduction, Kobe. Looks like you've got the tee here on hole number 10 as we moved off to the back nine. Calvin just a bit low there, flaring off to the right hand side. This is a very narrow gap. If you can pure it, you may be looking at a birdie putt on this plateaued green. Dylan trying to get that one to sit down. Calvin with a misfire. And you'll see it a number of times. Our boy really quick to throw there. And Calvin's going to let one slip by here. A little bit closer for Dylan, and as I was saying earlier, James, he gets up and throws pretty quickly. There's a number of shots that I missed throughout this video and in the first video. I like the style to get up and throw.
That's not in the bucket. Jesus Christ.
Kobe with a little grip lock on that right hand side. Gonna put himself in a very precarious lie.
Another turn. God damn it.
Kenny just looking for a little more turn there.
Water cooler.
Trying to ace the water cooler.
Height. Flex, baby.
Getting a full S pattern out of this. It's gonna be just a bit short. And Dylan with a great drive, needing a little bit more distance though. And Calvin's also doesn't turn as much as they thought it would. Kobe with the full extension and the overhand thumber. It's a great approach shot from there.
Good run.
Spoiler alert. This hole is in fact the only hole in all 18 holes that these guys played today where they're going to actually take the exact same score. That's right, everyone's approached, no birdies. Solid up and down there for Kobe to take the par, as will the rest of the group. Again, 5 threes here on this par 3 downhill shot. Oh, I totally ruined the suspense for you. He makes that one. Over here on hole number 12, I'm actually setting up in the catch position and throwing almost directly to me is Kobe's tee shot. If I hang out behind the tee as I do on most of the holes, you really can't see where they're throwing or what they're trying to accomplish. Kenny with a nearly perfect shot. And I've seen it frequently throughout the day. Both Dylan, James, a number of other players seem to be throwing it low and into the ground. It's going to be a good shot there by James. And Calvin just lets this go early. Now that is a mandatory tree. It did not appear that he crossed the mando. We see that Dylan did not either. And so we're going to actually see him playing out with a little bit of just a little flop shot so that he can go to the right of that mandatory tree, just a few feet in front of the drop zone. And he just pures this drive approach, or approach that's a drive. And sorry to laugh, but James has good spirits as he wipes out there. Great shot by Kobe, who's been playing very well here today. Kenny was lining up both the Heiser and the Anheuser line. Looks like he filtered through there on the Anheuser. It's a little bit right. This is for par. And off the top, this is a par 4. Calvin for his par, just a bit low. Very uncharacteristic of Calvin. Kenny takes the birdie 3. Good putt by Dylan. And Kobe's going to make short work here of the birdie. I'd say this is one of my favorite holes out here. Hole number 13.
Taking an interest in checking this place out, seeing if it's worth it for them. Dave said they're looking.
Some players will opt for the roller. There was quite a discussion about it as to who takes the roller and who doesn't. Typically you see at least one roller within the group. And they're making this hole look very easy.
Down these mountains got me throwing low now.
And there's another low shot there by James. I'm very excited to watch Calvin unleash here, but he catches a tree on that right side. Said he approximately 350 feet or so on this second shot. That's with a mid-range. And he's outdriven the basket. Nice standstill forehand there.
More about lasting now for me than just keeping it warm.
And Kenny with one of the best drives in the group there. Not showing his age at all. This is Calvin for 3. As you hear, some players refer to him as Vinny. Definitely one of his nicknames around the Florida area. Kobe knew that was right side, but the chain star pulled it in. I mentioned earlier to the players that I have a $25 bounty on anyone with a hole-in-one. It's a good opportunity right here. Looks like the bush is gonna slow that down for Kobe. Little grip lock actually to the right hand side of that. If he goes too far right, he would have found himself OB. He got up and threw very quickly on his second shot, so you're not going to see that, but solid ace run there by Calvin.
Isaac, now. There we go.
And that was a mid-range that he went deep with. Not drawing any metal on the putt there. Kenny converts. As I mentioned, Dylan actually got up and threw very quickly. He's going to find himself right next to the basket. Kobe right side again. And pulls it in for him. So this is Dylan for his 3. And another 3. Calvin just passed the basket. As we said, definitely an ace run. Here again, I'm not setting up behind the tee, as can't see much of the flight of the disc over at that angle. Makes more sense to come out where I did. And had that missed, I think Kenny would have been within 10 or 15 feet of the pin. Great skip shot there by Calvin. And it gets up and rolls back a little. Some very similar shots taking place here. It's a good skip.
Get up.
Putting uphill, always challenging to make sure you get it up and all the way to the basket.
What are you doing? Get up.
And you hear from Calvin as well. Kobe's a little higher up on the hillside, but gives it too much power.
Nice, too. Good, too.
James excited. I think he said that is his second ever cast birdie. Find some tap-ins from the rest of the guys. Hole 16, the next hole is playing differently. There was a unfortunate accident, I guess we'll call it, last year, so they've changed up hole 16 slightly. Shortest hole on the course, 165 feet.
Nice.
And James with a little plinko there. Kobe's shot nice and smooth.
Oh, really? Now roll down the mountain. Oh.
Kenny not happy with his sonic shot.
Go in. Yeah. Shot me. No. Wow.
And same tree for Dylan, but his carries left. Kenny's still not up the hillside here. Dylan went to the left side. And he saves his 3. A little more work for Dylan and Kenny than they were hoping for here on the shortest hole on the course. Just proves you can't let your guard down on any hole out here. And James with his second birdie in a row. He's going to retain the box and the tee honors. Calvin has just a few feet for birdie. Powerful forehand here by James. Well, it's going to leave him within 20. Great forehand by Kobe. Going with a backhand mid-range. That one even impresses Kenny. And Dylan finds himself OB. He's going to be throwing from there with penalty. And somehow that comes out on Kobe after being on the right side for the last few putts. He's a little left, and it's a turkey for James. 3 birds in a row. Kenny with an easy tap in for birdie. Kobe with the par.
Ken?
I had a 2.
Good 2. So it's James, Calvin, Ken, myself, Dylan.
And are we red or green?
Pleasure playing with you.
Yeah, pleasure playing with you.
Nice playing with you guys.
Always
Yeah,
good,
sure.
bro.
Enjoyed it. Nice playing with you.
Looks like we got red.
Nice meeting you.
Looks like we got red.
Kobe.
So they're still down there and doing this thing.
Yeah, man, I appreciate what you do, man.
man. You're welcome.
Yeah, teed
You
up.
are the
Appreciate
man.
it.
Always good.
Thank you, guys.
Good to see you. Glad to have you out.
Glad to be here.
Watch it, Benny.
And to one of the most beautiful holes in disc golf, one of the most fun ones to play. James here with a forehand off the tee.
Get lefter.
And Calvin was looking for that to turn over, however it didn't at all, which still puts him out there safely.
You can turn now. This is super beat rock.
Kenny a little perplexed, throwing into a headwind with a beat rock, and it didn't turn over like he wanted. That looks to be a good shot here by Kobe.
Give me green. Give me green. Yeah!
Kobe flirting with that OB.
Okay, now get down. Keep turning right. Hey, that wind blowing it right might be good.
Out of bounds.
They're out of bounds.
Kenny saying he wants to be deep and left here if he misfires at all, and it's coming in perfectly at the pin, but then gets caught up. James standstill is a very tough position to be in to try and get all the way up that hill. Dylan moves to the drop zone after going OB. James also at the drop zone. This is one of the furthest crushes I've ever seen out here. Kobe sets himself up very nicely for a finish here. This is Kenny for birdie 3.
Thinking about him.
James says he doesn't want to take a lot of time to putt. I experienced that throughout the day with him. Quick throwing. Solid round there by Kobe. And a few tap-ins here. I'll be tallying up the score, and we'll soon know who's going to be playing in Saturday's featured card. We appreciate you guys watching all the coverage here. Stay tuned. Throw Down the Mountain presented by Sun King and Discraft. Glad to be here. I'm the Disc Golf Guy. Thanks for watching.
62. I'm just gonna go up. 21, 25, 32. One, 2 up 3 up 30. 61. 3 over. Even 27. 54.
Should be 26 again.
Yep, it is. I'm gonna go and add them all.